everybody, Scott here from the Jostin Service Station. Counting the days till the end of school yet? Of course you are. Everybody is, right? So right now, let's do a fill-up for the month of April. Coming up in a moment, some terrific ideas and advice from an award-winning advisor about starting your preparation for next year's effort. It's never too soon to get that started, so grab a pen and paper for some note-taking. But first, let's cover some news. Well, again, here we are, weeks from the end. Summer and fall delivery books working away, covering the remainder of the school year. For some, spring delivery books might be doing a spring supplement for those spring activities. But for everybody, of course, the big event coming up at some point is your distribution day. Now, hopefully the situation where you are is much better than it was a year ago at this time. Remember, we had total disruption back then. But let's share some ideas and some thoughts right now on preparing for your big eventual distribution day. First, here's hoping that once again this year you can have a real yearbook signing event, unlike last year when most folks didn't have that. But if your authorities once again this year say, nope, can't get everybody together for yearbook signing, remember that Jostin's has the next best thing, our cool virtual signing tool. This is free for anybody to use, very easy. Your friends would go online, sign your online pages, sort of like they would do in a real book. Later on, then, you would print out those pages and place them into your new yearbook. You set the deadline, you get the special website address just for your pages, which you share out with your friends, and then they do the rest. The virtual signing tool is the next best thing to being there, so remember this website address, yearbooksigning.jostins.com. You can even sign up right now if you want to get an early start to remember those valued memories. While some schools will be able to do an in-person distribution event this year, many folks may have to do the drive-through distribution idea once again, probably like last year. But those can still be great events. The key, of course, is organization. For instance, don't have everybody show up at once. That would be quite a traffic jam. Take your student body, break them up either into classes or into alphabetical groups, assigned a time, spread out over several hours of your distribution day. But hey, make it fun. Maybe invite some school band members to play some tunes as people come driving up to get their book, or hand out candy, or try some drive-through selfies, which you take and then post on your yearbook social media websites. A drive-through event can still be a lot of fun. Just make sure that you organize it thoroughly. And for those schools that are able to have an in-person event once again this year, that's great. Once again, all about organization. Where are people going to get their books? Where is the dedicated signing area where people can safely get together and sign each other's books, and so on. Music, snacks, all the fun elements. Once again, of course, you know what you'll have to do, probably wear a mask, do the 6-foot thing, wash your hands and all that, but it can still be a terrific event. Now, many spring yearbook schools this year changed their delivery to a summer delivery, mainly in hopes of having that traditional in-person distribution event probably in July or August. Here's hoping, if that's you, that it happens and comes through. And for Jostin schools, don't forget the great feature you have through your Yearbook Avenue website, our terrific distribution tickets, which can be handed out in advance of your distribution day. The tickets are great. They have a picture of the student, exactly what they ordered. It shows personalization if they ordered that. You can hand those out in advance. It confirms what a student ordered, and then they can use that sheet as their ticket to get their yearbook on your big distribution day. Ask your Jostin's representative on how you can get your distribution tickets through your own Yearbook Avenue website. Well, it's never too early to start your preparation for next year's effort, so why not right now? Think about it. Why ask rookie students in the fall to do this when they're just learning things, when right now you have veteran yearbook staffers that can help set the table for next year's group? But what to do? Recently, we talked with one of the top high school advisors in the nation and asked her what she and her group will be doing to prepare for next year.
Hi, I'm Ava Butzu, and I'm the yearbook advisor at Grand Blanc High School in Grand Blanc, Michigan. I think a good theme takes a lot of time. It's like, you get a great idea, and if you jump on it right away, it oftentimes fizzles out. So this idea of pulling together theme possibilities and sitting with them, and, we say that a lot in yoga, you just you're supposed to sit with it, sit with your ideas, sit with your stress, like really get to know it inside and out. And then, once you start to really internalize a good theme, then you can open up your eyes and look around you and say, well, what does this theme look like? And you find graphic inspiration everywhere once you really own it. In my opinion, a good theme starts with the verbal. So most schools I know will start with a visual. They'll see something and they'll say, I really like those colors, I really like those fonts, I like this symbol or this image or this graphic concept. That's going to be the theme. But the problem is that a really good theme is going to have this flexible verbal concept that you can take to govern your interviews, the questions, the types of stories that you write. The theme is really, a lot of times, except for COVID, right? The theme is the thing that's going to make your book different year to year. So starting with the verbal concept, and I usually break my kids into groups and let them kind of in secret, they pitch their own verbals, and then they kind of build a concept together, and then we come together and then they can pitch it in front of the group and we can vote on it. Which, a lot of people get emotionally attached to their work, so this can be like a very tricky thing to do. But just remembering to teach everybody to think about, like, how flexible is this theme going to be? Can you transfer it? Can it be more than just a symbol or an image on the cover? Right? A theme is what the book feels like. It's less about what it looks like and more about what it feels like. I love the idea of yearbook kids having to pitch their ideas. I mean, even just in storytelling, I think every kid should have to pitch the reason why they want to cover this person or this particular event, the angle they want. So they're already a little practiced in doing that. But the vision boards are so helpful because as soon as we do vote on a theme, everybody knows that we're going to go back into those boards and pull graphic inspiration, even verbal inspiration. A lot of times we'll find that the themes are very similar that the kids are working on. Concept-wise, they're very similar, but we just want the one that has the most unusual phrasing. Or some of the phrasing can be super optimistic or kind of fall flat. So we're always looking for that right tone or the right feeling.
Many thanks to Ava for her great ideas and advice on starting preparation for next year's effort. Maybe look at it this way. This is this year's group's gift to next year's group. Some advanced work that next year's group might really appreciate. But you only saw a small portion there. To hear the entire 50-minute interview with advisor Ava Butzu on preparation for next year, and also interesting thoughts on yearbooking and education this very historic school year, check out our podcast at the address shown on the screen. And don't forget while you're there to follow our Yearbooking Report podcast so you never miss an episode. Finally, there are plenty of yearbook staff still working away out there, so let's make a goal here. Finish your book or your spring supplement right after school is over, right after graduation. Do not let this drag into summer. Come on, nobody wants to work on your book over summer break anyway. Set your goals and deadlines right now and then make sure you hit them. For summer and fall delivery books, if you have an official May and June page deadline, hit them both. In this crazy school year, we want to make sure you get your books on time this summer for a big summer distribution event. And for social media users, which hopefully is everybody out there, right now is the perfect time to do some extra storytelling via social media, even if your book and effort are completely finished for this school year. Share out pages that you've made this year. Share out extra images. Find ways to tell more stories over these next weeks and months, because when you think about yearbooking, the storytelling never ends. Thanks again for watching.